Moin, I'm in bed with Joe from Amber Run. We just recorded a fantastic session. Look out for those videos. They're in the corner, in the description. And now I want to know from you, what happened last night?
What happened last night? So we played a show in Berlin at Music und Freunden. And yeah, we played a show there, and then we have loads of friends in Berlin, and it was just so lovely. We've been on the road for about a month and a half, and so to be able to hang out with all our friends again and see some people, and I won't lie to you, we had quite a few drinks. So that's why I look like I do. Sorry. But it was really fun. I think Berlin's a really amazing city. And
not as amazing as Hamburg, of course.
Obviously not. Come on, get real. But it's always nice when you go out on the road for a really long time to go see some friends at the end of it, and get to just kind of blow off steam and be, yourself rather than
the stage persona,
the person in the band.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Nice. So is this your last gig of the tour?
No. So we got Hamburg tonight, and then we're going to Cologne or Köln tomorrow, and then Munich on the day after.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I've never been to Cologne, so I'm excited. It'd be nice.
So many first times on this tour.
So many first times.
That's
so
nice.
many. Yeah.
Really nice. So you speak a little German. We've just established.
No. Nine.
What's your stage German sentence that you use on stage?
Hamburg, wie geht's?
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
Something else?
Well, I don't want to give it all away. You got to come to the show.
Okay, you got to come to the show. You're a good businessman.
Yeah, I'm a salesman by trade.
I like that. You are?
No.
I mean, it could be. They're like
I mean,
very different biographies for musicians.
Yeah, to be a musician, I think you have to
sort of.
You have to force people to listen to your music sometimes. So
I think you don't. Yeah, but yeah, different thing. Next question: if you could choose whomever you want to perform a song in bed with you,
okay,
who would you choose and why?
Alive or dead?
Yeah.
Okay. I think David Bowie or David Bowie, because obviously he's a legend, but also I think that he would have really interesting pajamas.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah.
That's a very good reason.
Yeah, I think he might wear like a spaceman suit to bed, or, and we were talking about, whether we had, you had mascara under your eyes before this interview started, and I think that he probably would. Yeah. So that would be interesting, just to see what would happen.
Yeah, absolutely. We can just connect this with the next question. Who would you invite to a sleepover or a pajama party? So we already have David Bowie here now.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Musician or anyone?
Anyone. Dead or alive.
I would invite Donald Trump so that we could do that thing where you put his finger in the water and so he pisses himself. And then I'd video it and put it online, and I think that would be worth it. Yeah. And I feel like Bowie would really, really rip into him as well. And so I think that'd be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And then when he's fallen asleep, you can paint his face and everything.
Yeah.
Bowie can do a full Bowie on him.
Yeah, exactly. And then at like 3:00 we'll wake him up and push him out the house.
Yes.
Steal his clothes so he has to walk home naked.
Perfect plan.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What for you would be the best place in the universe to fall asleep at?
I'm going to go relatively sentimental with this. And regardless of universe, I think sometimes it's right place, right time. And it doesn't have to be the perfect place. It doesn't have to be this kind of like made up, like perfection bit. There's like a stately home in England near where I grew up, and my girlfriend and I at the time, which is still my girlfriend, but it has this place called the Water Gardens there. So it's kind of ponds and bridges and kind of like an oriental kind of.
Where do you live?
So I grew up in like northwest London.
Okay.
So there's kind of like the like really green, beautiful fields, kind of like 20 minutes away, and it has this beautiful, beautiful manor. And we went on I hadn't seen her in maybe like 4 months, and then she came and she was super, super tired from her flight, and then we went for a walk with my dog, and then fell asleep by the side of this huge lake. And I think things like that.
Yeah.
That's where I'd want to fall asleep again if I had the choice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that answer.
That's okay.
Thank you. When you were a kid,
okay,
and you did not want to go to sleep,
okay,
did you get to hear any creepy stories like, if you don't go to bed now, this and that will happen?
My parents are horrifically loving, so no.
No, that's good.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Horrifically loving?
Yeah, it's almost too much. Yeah, too much. Tone it down, Mum. Tone it down, Dad. Just, I was a fat kid, so if I didn't go to bed, I wouldn't get any chocolate, which was, to me, just the worst thing that could ever have happened. Yeah. Because I was a big boy.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was enough.
Honestly.
Just threatening you with
no chocolate, sleep. Done.
Perfect.
Gone. Out like a light.
If your bed was the gateway to another world, where would it lead to?
So again, in bed.
Your bed is the gateway. So when you fall
world.
asleep, you end up in another world.
Yeah.
Where would you end up?
I don't know. I think it's difficult because we talk about other worlds and we talk about these kind of statements, and I just think that I'd want to wake up in the world that we're already in, but in a situation where there's just slightly more, forgiveness and decency knocking around. That's where I'd want to wake up. I don't want to make up some world that's like 1,000 times better, because no one's going to be really perfect, and if it's too perfect, it'd be boring.
Yeah.
So I just want to, I just want to wake up in a place where you feel like what you're doing is worthwhile, and the people around you are fit and healthy, and in a place where we get to tour and play in places like Hamburg all the time, and where I get to see the people that I love. And I don't really know. I think it's always dangerous to talk about places that you make up in your mind, because then you start comparing it with the world you're actually in, and you start like kind of pouring after this unreality, rather than trying to make what you have here kind of good. Yeah.
I like that. Last question, which totally connects.
Okay.
Which monster sleeps under your bed?
I've spoken about this to quite a few people recently, and it's something that I've struggled with quite a lot. And obviously, people who don't know our music yet won't know, but the people who do, it's like I've struggled with depression for the last 5 years, and the thing that I've started to realize that really, really scares me is this concept of failure, of not being a good enough musician, not being a good enough singer, not being a good enough partner, not being a good enough son. And I don't know what it would look like. It might just be kind of a black cloud. I don't know what it would actually look like if it was a monster, but that's what sits underneath my bed and sits on top of my shoulders. Not very fun answer. But
no,
truthful,
but I love
truthful,
and I do love those answers. So thank you for sharing.
That's okay.
And I love. I think it's getting better and better that people openly talk about depression, which is so important, because I think there are so many people out there that don't get that it is a sickness, that it's just not something that you just get over it, just feel better, just do something fun and you will be better. That is just really something in your brain. No,
I agree. I think as musicians and as people who delve into that side of work, we have a real opportunity to open up to people, because music's a way that people kind of start to grapple with how they feel about these things. And it's not sexy and it's not fun to talk about. I feel like I wouldn't call it taboo, like a taboo subject, but it's, you go through your career and everyone has to be like, so how's music going? How's this? And you've got to be like, oh, it's great. Everything's cool. And like, you go to work and everyone's like, how are you? And everyone's like, yeah, I'm good. But in reality, like there were times when I reckon like literally we walk out, probably there's 5 of us in this room. And I reckon one of us is having a fucking horrible time right now. I swore.
Well, not this second, obviously. But just that you don't talk about it.
Yeah, I know what
you mean. Yeah.
And it's about people understanding that it's actually kind of fine, and everyone has this.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for people like us to talk about, not in like a self-aggrandizing way, but if people that people look up to talk about this stuff, then maybe they can start to engage with it in a more personal way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I kind of wish someone had told me that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So listen up. If you feel depressed, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Thank you so much for this. And let's say bye to the internet.
Bye, internet.